I was a heavy heart to carry. My beloved was weighed down. My arms around his neck.
Hi, this is Gina from hauntedflowerreviews.com, and I saw an advanced screening of the new Twilight Saga movie Eclipse last night. So here's my review of it before you run out to the midnight showing. Eclipse was directed by David Slade, the same director as 30 Days of Night, another movie with vamps, and thank goodness he was there for the fight sequences. In this story, Edward, Bella, and Jacob continue their tension-filled love triangle as a vampire army comes over from Seattle to fight the Cullens, who are forced to team up with werewolves. Also, Edward is trying to get Bella to marry him, and Jacob is trying to get her to admit her true feelings for him. As someone who has read the books and seen the other two films, I can confidently say that despite some of the acting problems going on throughout the series, this was the best film so far for me. The acting in the two previous films from our leads has been pretty subpar from the big three, and it's mostly more of the same here, but I would have to say all three have gotten a little better. Maybe this is due to a new director. Robert Pattinson in particular seems really comfortable in his role as Edward Cullen and is relaxed enough now to let a little bit more of the humor in his lines come through. Taylor Lautner is acting a lot like Robert Pattinson did in the first Twilight movie, with really big heaping drama, big pauses, big longing stares, and it's pretty over the top. He's working really, really hard to get that emotion in there, and he just doesn't realize how far is too far, but he's a young actor. He'll probably still get there someday. I just kind of hope it's before the end of this series, because he's going to have a lot harder scenes coming up. Before you pigeonhole me, I really am Team Jacob if I had to pick a side. There, it's out there. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is a scene where Edward and Jacob have a conversation completely leveling with each other while Bella is asleep, so neither of them has to worry about putting on a show for her, and there's a lot more honesty and humor between them, so I really kind of enjoyed that. Kristen Stewart, whom I loved in The Runaways, is up to her old Bella tricks again, but she too has improved a tiny bit and managed to squeeze out a couple of funny moments here. My main problem with the portrayal of Bella in the movies has been that it just doesn't feel like she has a sense of humor. And in the book, she very much has a personality and the ability to laugh at herself, and the Bella in the movies just takes herself very, very seriously. Another character that got some pretty good scenes was Charlie, Bella's father, played by Billy Burke. He got in some really good one-liners, and I really liked him in this one. Way more interesting than the overarching plot in the third part of the series was the backstories. They showed Jacob's tribe's stories about their first meeting with the Cold Ones, Rosalie's vampire origin story, Jasper's origin story as a vampire, and each one of them is like a mini movie within itself that feels a little bit more interesting than the movie we're watching. I kind of would have enjoyed seeing them fleshed out. Finally, after all the emo stuff is out of the way, we get into some real exciting fight sequences. I honestly just wish they could have been longer. Vampires have a training sequence with the werewolves watching, the setup of which felt a lot like that baseball scene from the first movie where each vampire has a little "look at me, look what I can do" moment while they're showing off. Fight sequences with the Cullens and the wolves against the newborn vampire army are pretty awesome because since their skin is kind of like this armor made out of stone, when they're attacked, it's like a piece of a statue breaking off when they dismember an arm or get decapitated or something. I think that the fans of the series will probably be with me in enjoying this film the most. Naysayers of the Twilight films, this probably isn't going to turn you around to loving the series due to all the emo-ness, but the fight scenes are very cool in my opinion. Thank you very, very, very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to me on iTunes, look for Haunted Flower Reviews, and I have a giveaway on my site right now for Predator Ultimate Hunter Edition on Blu-ray, so just go to the front page of my site, hauntedflowerreviews.com, to find out more about that. Bye!
Shameless plug! Don't forget to see all of my reviews and videos of me on the Rotten Tomatoes show at hauntedflowerreviews.com. Also, check out our store, hauntedflower.com, the web's best source for fantastic apparel. You can follow us on Twitter at haunted_flower or fan our Facebook page too. If you're local to the Indianapolis area, visit indiemojo.com for details on how you can win free screening passes.